You say, Andrew, that they're doing something very strange to that music in the States. They're voguing to it.
Well, yes. Well, you see, I'm now very trendy. Because this thing, which was written with no intention of anything about voguing, was put into a club in New York, you see, as an experiment by the record company, which is apparently a major voguing club. I mean, for those who, you know...
What is that? You have to explain. What is
well,
it's a dance, man.
You see, well...
See, you guys don't know nothing, you know what I mean? I was in Dresden yesterday and I was watching voguing live on stage.
So you see, what you've just heard is the voguing disco...
But how do you vogue?
Some beats underneath it, though, Sue, you know what I mean?
Well, no,
it's just posing. You know,
it's
striking an attitude on stage.
Great thing, and well, it's kind of like
what you mean, as in Vogue?
That was perfect. That's voguing.
You mean I can do the latest dance? My God, I'm trendy too.
So there you have the first voguing single you see on your programmes.
Right, it's confession time. Let us talk to you three inspired people about how you go on, your temperaments. Lenny, you can't always be sweetness and light and easy to work with, are you?
Apparently I'm a rat bag sometimes, especially when I'm walking around doing the shopping. People look at me and go, "Come on then, smile! You're a comedian, aren't you?" And I'm like this, looking for the peas or something like this.
But what about when you're actually working, when you're doing your one-man show? I mean, do you get annoyed, difficult?
Kind of, I think. People say I'm a miserable swine. But it's just because I'm thinking about what I'm... If you've got like a 90-minute or 2-hour show to do, you really haven't got time to be distracted by anything. So usually the reason you get angry during the day before a show is because you get bothered by stuff all the time. Yeah. People are always coming and asking you stuff when you're trying to think about what you're going to be doing that night. So really you're trying to concentrate and somebody says, "Do you want some carrots?"
Yes, it's...
"No, I don't want any carrots, no thank you." And they come back and say, "Yeah, do you need a pen?" "No, thank you. No, I don't need a pen."
Do you throw wobblers, Pauline?
No, I'm not. I'm very unwobble-like. No, I don't. I find it easy. I suppose I'm a coward, really. No, I probably go a little bit silent sometimes.
You're frightened to be difficult?
No, not frightened, but I find I take the line of least resistance, so I just drift away.
Andrew, you're in a different position because you're not on the stage, but you're the kind of composer of it. I mean, do you get cross with people?
Yes, I do. But I'm not one of those people who ever kind of bears a grudge. If I see something that is terrifying, I mean, I will leave a theatre and I will, you know, just can't watch it. Because I do eat myself up about my own shows, because I am very... I mean, I suppose that's why I'm, in the end, a theatrical animal. But I think I have a reputation for having kept a very loyal team around me for a very long time. And that's kind of, I think, also very important to know. I think everybody in our profession is a perfectionist, whether you like it or not. And of course, nerves come out in different ways, don't they?
Yes, which means you're bound to get cross with people as you go along because you want it the way you want it.
Yes, but it's not because you're cross with them per se. It's because you want to get the thing to be the best standard you could possibly have.
What about critics? Pauline, have you ever been panned something wrong?
Oh, yes. One of the critics that I remember most of all was, and I can't remember who did it now, but described my Cecily, I will remember if I can, as I played Cecily like a retarded Mabel Lucy Atwell toddler. And it was true. Because
that's the worst. You know, the worst thing is if the critics say what's really true. Yes. That hurts.
Alan Bryan. Hello, Alan.
Oh, I remember him. Yes, in the Sunday papers. Observer, I think it was.
It was the Observer. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And he was very funny,
very
actually. No, he was very funny, and it was. And the thing is, it's because it's when they're absolutely precise like that that they are true and funny.
But what's funny is when you meet them later and you say, "You said that about me once," and it can be really quite a friendly situation, and they deny it. And they can't remember. I remember the first review that came out of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat was from Tony Palmer in The Observer. And, hello, Tony. And it said, everyone knows music is like Mantovani without the strings.
What about you? You're too young to have been panned, Lenny, are you?
I've been panned lots of times, but it doesn't really bother me, you know. I get very... because it's personal, because they're criticising you, you do get bothered a bit, but you have to just forge on. Because they're not on stage with you, they don't know what's going on.
Right, so we've done temperament, we've done critics. The other thing that you have in common as people perceive you is that you all earn a lot of money. What about money, Lenny? I mean, you were in the papers recently having bought a £1 million house. I don't know. What about you, Andrew? I mean, you've got so much money, you've stopped counting, presumably, with houses everywhere. But you could... Oh, no, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is true.
But it's like everything...
Yeah, it is true, Andrew. Tell me about your money. I'm black, I deserve it. Go ahead.
But I mean, like a lot of these things, you buy your £1 million house, but I bet you borrowed a lot of the money, haven't you?
Yeah, from my mum.
You know, that's
Take
the
the
thing.
money and look after it and buy a house.
But you could just forget all of this. Stop worrying about what the critics say or being
It's
a
never-
perfectionist.
it's-
You could
it's
just
never-
cut out, lean back, forget it.
Yes, it's never of any interest. You've got to write what you want to do. The things that are best in life. Every time I have found that I've just done something because I thought I should do this, and look, let's face it, I can make a few bob out of this. It's always been a complete failure. I will never advertise. I was offered a fortune to do one of these new synthesizer things for one of these Japanese companies. I don't think one should do that. I don't need it. That's exactly the kind of thing I don't need.
What we do need right now is an end piece. Now, Pauline doesn't know this, but she has a party piece for us.
Ooh.
She's very good.
You're not going to jump into some water.
She's very good. She's not
Close up now.
She's very good on the nose.
Oh, good God.
Now, I know you've done this
Now,
on
you
television
stole this
before.
from Terence,
I've stolen
didn't you?
it,
Terence
but I
Wogan.
just thought it was so funny, and I thought you'd never done it in the presence of
Well-
a great composer. So I thought you could
Well,
play
shall I do one of
on
his?
the nose. Well, exactly one
All
of
right, then.
his.
Well, now, I promise you that I had no idea that you were going... This is a terrible thing. I thought we were talking about inspiration, not about nose
Well,
music.
your nose inspires me.
Well, all right, then.
God.
But will you join me? What shall I do? Argentina.
Argentina.
Okay? Are you ready? If you know it,
Wait.
please join in.
I can't remember it. Not available for film soundtracks, are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, Pauline Collins.
How did it come about?